We are here. Chip versus Bugzy. This is the one that everybody's been asking me to get into, this clash. But you know me. I got to get into the story behind the clash before I get into the clash. Shout out to everybody who's been giving me the order of the songs to react to. Worldwide Cypher drops in like 48 hours. I'm nervous. I'm still making edits. I'm still approving edits.
To anyone like
By the way, when the Worldwide Cypher drops, I will be taking like a 2 to 3 day break on uploading on this channel, but I will be announcing my new music channel. So stay tuned.
We'll hear funny things. If it goes just over 60% over the mark of that could be at Chip, and you're in the Premier League, because it goes right down to conference. Let's not get it twisted in this rap thing. I'll be at your neck, rude boy. It's not a game.
This is very young. You could tell Chip a little whippersnapper right here. Little pocket rocket. He ready. On the Premier League, I'm coming at you rough.
Neck, rude boy. It's not a game. Ain't nothing changed now that you can book and go by yourself. You coming in here and you doing all this, make sure you're really about all that, innit?
In a grime beef stretching over a year, these two guys have found massive success in their careers.
You know, I'm learning about all this stuff. That's why I can't just jump into them. I like to watch these first to kind of get a... Y'all really help me in the comment sections a lot anyway.
During this
but
period,
this kind of starts
and both are still trading shots when the opportunity arises. All the links I mentioned will be in the description, so make sure to check them out. This is Chip vs Bugzy, the story behind the beef. So back in January last year, Chip was just returning back to the grime scene after a long absence where he was basically trying to break America. He did a big song with Chris Brown called Champion, which you may have heard people calling him out on, like Bugzy and Relegation Riddim, and Big Nasty when he roasted him on Uncle Payne.
Big Nasty! Who is Big Nasty? How come none of y'all told me about Big Nasty? Look at this man. He clearly got it. I don't even know what it is instantly. He looks huggable. But he probably a straight driller. I ain't gonna hold you. Chip had a song with Chris Brown? Where was I?
Like Bugzy and Relegation Riddim, and Big Nasty when he roasted him on Uncle Payne. You should also go check that out as well. It's about to hit 1 million views, and it spawned a lot of memes and clips that are used today in those baiting out videos. But anyway, Chip was on the Charlie Sloth rap show doing a fire in the booth, and this became pretty legendary because he challenged anyone in the UK scene who thinks they're good enough to come at him.
Oh, that's where I'm gonna react to that. When you sent out an open call out? An open send, yeah? Just open to any man's them. Oh, you wildin'. That's how it usually start. I remember KSI did that with YouTube, and boy, did a frenzy start. You know what I mean? But I am the nicest though.
Pretty legendary because he challenged anyone in the UK scene who thinks they're
that's
good
usually
enough
how it starts.
to come at him.
And
so
we got
it was
Baby
a real
Sloth
open invite
doing the
to anyone.
So you know
he felt he had to prove he was still a grime kid because many people at the time were really viewing him as a traitor for trying to go pop to America.
You're a
traitor. Check out many of his videos from around that time. You'll see there's a lot of dislikes. No one really did take him up on the offer properly until Bugzy Malone stepped up for his first fire in the booth. Bugzy was...
Hold on. I can't wait to... So, it go fire in the booth to fire in the booth. Somebody broke it down. Let me shout you out. I'm not even gonna lie. Shout out to James Northcote. He was the first person who commented on my community tab and gave me the whole breakdown. That boy gave me the whole Bible story of what happened. So, shout out to you. But dang, Chip, you was getting lots of thumbs down around this era? I thought you was the UK
Bugzy Malone
champ.
stepped
What
up
happened?
for his first fire in the booth. Bugzy was making a lot of noise in Manchester at the time, but UK-wise, he was fairly undiscovered. No one really knew about him that much compared to now. But when he went at Chip, he started to blow.
I don't want to listen to this. I'm going to skip this just because, you know, I'm going to get into this later. I'm going to get into that later. We going to chop that. You know what I mean? We going to chop it up later. Don't even worry about it. So we're going to get right into this. I also think it's kind of whack that, like, people were thumbs downing Chip's videos because they thought he was, like, because he did a song with Chris Brown. Maybe he did some other stuff that I didn't see, but, like, come on, man. Y'all got to let your artists grow, bro. You know what I mean?
Hearing this, Chip knew what time it was. He got recording and released Peppa Riddim, where he went at a lot of people in the industry who criticized his fire in the booth rant, and he also went at Bugzy. He said, Bugzy, I'm starting with you.
I'm sorry, I can't listen to this either. You know what time it is. We skip around because we gonna get there. Don't worry, I don't need you to break it down for me, baby. That's what I do. By the way, I don't get paid for most of these UK reactions I do. So go, if you want to support the brand, keep the lights on. Go to fromthevillage.us, grab you one of these or grab you a shirt. We got Don DeMarco hoodies. Go get drippy on my, you know what I mean,
the picture,
with my gig.
Hold the scripture. He said a few other things, but didn't go
Worldwide
too
Cypher.
heavy on Bugs here.
June 18th.
A week passed and Bugzy
Pre-saved.
dropped Relegation Riddim, going at Chip for the whole track. One of the most notable verses being, with that shit on the back of his head, he looks like...
Nope. Don't worry, guys. Don't ever worry, man. I like to hear... It's so real. I haven't even heard all the verses on the Worldwide Cypher yet because I try to keep my reactions genuine.
Chris Brown thing is something he was drawn out for quite a lot, but go listen to it. It is actually a big tune in my opinion. I'm sure you may like it. Chip then came back with one of his most underrated diss tracks, The End, where the beat was hard and he wasn't super direct with this one, which is why it may have slightly flown under the radar compared to the others, but it was also one of the best. Chip felt he basically put Bugzy on and was responsible for giving him his career. And whilst I don't completely agree with that, it's hard to deny he didn't get a lot of the popularity he's enjoying now from dissing Chip.
Then again, Chip, that is true. That's an angle you could use in a battle. But when it would be different if Bugzy came out of nowhere and dissed you, right? It would be different if he just said, I don't like... You can say that for like the maybe Wiley Stormzy thing, but you can't say that with this because you set an open invitation to artists. You can't now get upset at the artist that takes the challenge and be like, oh, I made you. I mean, I guess, but like you made me through a battle. It wasn't like you said, hey, come fight me, right? It'd be like an MMA. Conor McGregor puts out an open challenge. Conor ain't even fighting, whatever. Open challenge, right? And then somebody comes and puts hands on him, and it looks real good. Some people might be like, hey, you might have lost that. And then that guy gets famous. You can't be like, oh, you got famous off of me. Kinda, technically, but I mean, it's respectable. It's very respectable. He was forged in war. You feel me? It's beautiful.
The popularity he's enjoying now from dissing
It's weird
Chip.
to see Chip
replied a couple
be not liked like this because with the Chip Wiley thing, it seemed like Chip was the golden boy, but in this one, with the way breaking down, it seemed like people were kind of upset with Chip.
Days later, with The Revival, this track was a little more low-key. He didn't go quite as direct and aggressive on this one, but he went for a more melodic and personal tone, talking about his own growth, how happy he was to be, in the limelight, essentially, but also throwing some shots towards Chip. And after this came the most memorable part of the beat. Now, a lot of people believe finished it and made Chip the winner, because he dropped 3 songs back to back.
I'm not. I don't believe in that. I'm starting to see Chip's strategy in battling. He likes to smother. He likes to quantity. He will quantity you to death. So he'll give you 3 or 2 before you respond. But to me, I've watched battle rap. I grew up watching battle rap, and I'm a rapper through and through. And a lot of my style is kind of battle rap-ish. I've been in plenty of beefs, destroyed plenty of MCs. But what I'm saying, and people who think they're MCs. But what I'm saying is, 3 don't mean you won. Just 'cause if I drop 75 on you and they mid, you could drop 1 and quell all of that. Let's not do that. The 3 ain't really... songs. I gotta hear them first.
Light Work, Run Out Riddim, and Hat Trick. Remember, all these links will be in the description, so you can go and check them out. Bugzy didn't reply for 3 weeks after this. It all seemed like it could have been over. It seemed like...
Yeah, see, y'all doing way too much. Sometimes I see like the way people like even I don't know if the UK rules is different sometimes, but than regular battle. But it's like if we've been going back and forth tit for tat, right? And then you drop 3 back to back, and then yeah, bro, give me to you say, oh, it's over. You didn't respond in 3 weeks. But it would be one thing if I hadn't responded at all. The Wiley The Stormzy Chip thing was different because he was kind of subliminal. But if we've been going back and forth and then you drop 3, it's not over till it's over. I might wait 3 weeks. It might take me a week to each of those. But if you think about it, come on, bro, that don't mean you
like it was over until Chip decided to go for the jugular. He pretty much swayed most public opinion when he dropped 96 bars of revenge, but then also followed that up, appearing on Westwood, shelling down on Bugzy.
Oh, so he dropped like 5 responses. I guess, okay, you just keep hitting them.
He eventually replied with Waste Man, which drew a lot of praise. Chip then built up a lot of hype around the release of his next track, Dickhead, but then Bugzy hit back instantly with Zombie Riddim.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, so no, you didn't win. I'm sorry, the battle wasn't over at that point. Before I even get into it, you were trying to give him 2 early. Nah. So he gave him 2. Just because you hit me 5 times doesn't mean you won. Like, let's stop that, bro. And sometimes I think that's unnecessary. It almost shows like, to me, if somebody needs 3 tracks to respond to you or 3 tracks to diss you, that's not a good sign. You should be able to get me out of here in 1 to 2 concise responses. 5? That's a bit much.
There was a lot of people disappointed with this track because although it had a lot of good bars and a nice hook, it was pre-recorded and didn't have any direct flips on any of Chip's bars. So kind of similar to the Youngin situation too. It's interesting people decide to pre-record against Chip. But anyway, Chip has to score extra points here again because he responded to Zombie Riddim the next day and sent Duppy Riddim. And then a week later, if it wasn't already enough, he dropped another diss track called Alone. Now, Chip was clearly very eager to show off his ability in this beef, whilst apart from the pre-recorded Zombie Killer tune, Bugzy's approach was a lot more slow and measured. That was it for the most part.
See, that's why I always say too, you can't just get, there's 2 different styles of war, right? When you shooting at me 5 times, you're not being concise. Before I even listen to the songs, I could tell, I know, because if you were, you wouldn't need 5, right? Now, we're going to react to him, we're going to listen to him. Now, I will say when someone does 5 at you, you can get, like, I'm going to judge it fairly.
And since then, we've been trading small shots here and there, the biggest
and
most recent one being in Bugzy's second fire in the booth. These 2 have been squaring off for quite some time. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes.
So this is a long one.
Further. Is there going to be any further diss tracks? I don't know, but I sure hope so.
This is what we getting into. Seb King, shout out to you. Thank you for the video. The video is called Seb Basti. It was dropped in 2016, man. I'm ready for round 1.